Hello friends, this video I'm going to do a demo of applying MAM policies to an iOS device, and I will show you what all different options we have got for applying MAM policies to an iOS device and do a demo of that. First of all, let me tell you the difference between MDM and MAM. So MDM is mobile device management, wherein you manage the whole device. You enroll that device in your MDM solution. For example, in my case, it would be Intune, and then you can set up configuration and restriction on the device itself. For example, you can set up a pin. And MAM is called mobile application management. So it is similar to MDM, but in MDM we manage the whole device. In this we manage the application only. So the idea is that the IT department could lock down and secure just the corporate application, while everything else on the phone could be left up to the user. With MAM, you cannot manage all the applications. You can only manage applications which have been written in a way that they understand MAM policies. Let me show you a slide of this. So we have MAM aware apps which have been made MAM aware using app SDK, like they have been developed using app SDK. So those might be your line of business apps, or those have been app wrapped using app wrapping tool and made MAM aware. There are iOS store apps as well. Some of them are MAM aware. So really you cannot make them MAM aware because they are owned by different companies, other companies, other developers, and they can make them MAM aware by using one of these methods. So app SDK is a more reliable way, but it takes a long time. App wrapping is a quicker way to make an app MAM aware, but it's not that reliable. And then there are iOS store apps which are non-MAM aware. So currently there are around 50 plus apps which are MAM aware available in iOS store, which we can see in Intune. So once we have an app MAM aware, we have to make a decision whether we manage that app or do not manage that. So in Intune portal, out of these MAM aware apps, you select some of the apps which you want to manage. You bundle them and apply data protection policies on them. So the rest of the apps which you do not select and apply policy become unmanaged. So you can define policies like you set a pin on these apps, you restrict copy paste and control sharing of data only between these apps. So these apps can share data between each of them, but cannot share data with unmanaged. So you can apply those kind of policies. Then there are MDM managed apps. So there are non-MAM aware apps which you can deploy through your MDM solution. And for those apps, you can control sharing of data from other managed apps, but you cannot apply other restrictions on them like setting up a pin or any other data protection policy. You can only control sharing of data between these MDM managed apps and your MAM aware managed apps. So in this demo, we will see how it works. Here I am on my Intune portal. Here I have created an app protection policy called iOS managed. If I go into properties of that, under apps, if I edit, I get the option whether I want to target this to all device types, but I have selected no here, so I have been given a choice. So I am targeting it only to managed devices which are MDM enrolled. But if I select unmanaged here, then this policy will apply to even non-MDM enrolled devices. But let's do a demo of managed devices. Here are the apps which are MAM aware, and I have selected them here, so they become managed apps. So if I go in selected public apps, currently I have selected all of them. So these are the selected apps, and these are MAM aware and managed. But if I want to remove any app and I don't want to manage it, I can click on remove. So I removed Adobe Reader, and let me remove few others. So these will not be considered as managed apps. So I have removed few apps here like Adobe Reader, Blue Jeans, Video Box for EMM, Cortana, Field Service Mobile. So they won't be considered as managed apps now. Now I will define the data protection settings. So under data protection, under send org data to other apps, if I select all apps, then The data transfer would be allowed between all the apps, between managed and unmanaged. None means that it won't allow us to send data to any other app, and this is only between policy managed apps. So I won't test all apps and none. I will start with policy managed apps. So the data transfer would be allowed in the apps which we selected as managed apps. Save copies of org data. So I have blocked it and allowed it to be saved only to OneDrive. So if I try to save data, it should only give me the option of OneDrive. And receive data from other apps. So I will allow data from all the apps. Then the next is access requirements. Here I have set the minimum pin required to 4 characters, and this is an important setting. App pin when device pin is set, so it will require the app to have a pin even though if the device already has a pin set. Now I have applied it to my group, which contains my user account by which I will log into the app. This is my company managed device. I have company portal installed on it and enrolled. If I go to settings under general, under management profile, I can see that the management profile is there. So this is enrolled into MDM. Now let us download Outlook on this and log in with the email. So I'm downloading Outlook from Play Store. So I have downloaded Outlook and logged in with my email address, but it did not ask me for the PIN. So let us check the Intune portal why it did not ask for the PIN, and go under apps, monitor, app protection status, and I will download an Excel file from here which will show me the report and see why it did not work. Here is the report and I will sort it on the app name, which is Outlook, and I accessed it on my iPhone, so filter it by iPhone. Last sync 1:04 p.m. and it's showing me management type as unmanaged. I believe that's the reason why the policy did not apply, because the policy I set it only for the managed devices. However, the device is managed, but it's thinking that the Outlook is installed on an unmanaged device. So let us see how to fix it. Here I am back on my Intune portal. Here I will go to apps and then go to app configuration policy, and we'll create a policy for Outlook. So I will name it Outlook and select platform as iOS iPad and select app as Microsoft Outlook. Next, configuration setting format, use configuration designer, and here the key would be Intune MAM UPN. Value type would be string. Configuration value would be user principal name, and I will target this to my user group. Next, create. So this key Intune MAM UPN should be set for all MDM managed applications. So right now I have set it for Outlook, but if I have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, I will have to set it for each one of them one by one. And this is something which you deploy on the managed devices. So let's say, for example, you have two policies, configured app protection policies, one for devices without enrollment and one with enrollment, which are managed. So even the policy which is there for without enrollment will apply to the apps which are there on the managed devices. So that's why you have to set this key on the managed apps, so that without enrollment policy does not apply, and the policy which you have set for managed devices only will apply. Let us check the status of this. So it is pending, so let us wait few minutes. The policy status has updated, the configuration policy status, and it is showing us not applicable, and the state is policy not applicable. And this is happening because the Outlook which we installed on the machine was from App Store and not something which we deployed from Intune. So in order for this to work, we will have to deploy Outlook as well. So I will go to apps and iOS iPad. I already added Outlook here, so I just have to target it to my user account, and that will reinstall the Outlook on the device. So to put app protection policy on a managed device, we need this string, as well as we need to deploy the application from Intune. On the iPhone, I got a message that Anubhav in IT would like to take management of the app Outlook, which I will click on manage. Outlook is now managed, so let us try opening Outlook on the phone and see what happens. So it is asking me to set up the PIN. I am able to access Outlook. I have set up my PIN. Let me try copying something from Outlook to some other app and see if it works or not. So I'm not able to copy the data to WhatsApp because I allowed only to my managed apps. So I would be able to copy data to other managed apps like Excel and Word. So let us see if it works or not. Before I copy data to any app, let me push that. So let me push Word to the phone. And then I will apply the app configuration policy of Intune MAM UPN string to Word as well. So I have selected Word as the iOS iPad app. Let us refresh the policy on the device so that Word installs and this app configuration applies to the phone. Sync. So I'm getting a message on my phone that Anubhav in IT would like to take management of the app Word, so I will click on manage. Another important app here is Microsoft Authenticator, which I will push to the device because this app works as a broker app for MAM policies between applications and your Intune. So for Outlook it is not required, but for other managed apps it is required. So I'm gonna install this on iOS. For Android, the company portal is the broker app, but for iOS it's a Microsoft Authenticator. Let me go ahead and install this as well. So I'm getting the message to install Authenticator, which I'm going to click on. Now let us open Word and see what happens and try to copy data. So I'm getting the message in Word that your organization is now protecting its data in this app. So I need to restart it. I will click on OK. I will open a blank document and paste the data. So it's giving a message that I cannot paste the data. However, Word is a managed app now. This is because I haven't saved this document. So let me save this document first and save it in OneDrive. So once I save it in OneDrive, I would be able to paste the data in it. So for saving the data in Word or maybe Excel and PowerPoint, we need to first save it on OneDrive. Otherwise, in a blank document, you won't be able to copy paste the data. Now let me try pasting the same data in WhatsApp and see if it works or not. So I am saving the data in WhatsApp and it's not allowing me to do that. And let me send some attachment to WhatsApp and see if that works or not. Let me try sending this attachment to WhatsApp and see if it works or not. So I will click on share file via, and I get all the options here for apps by which I could share. So let me share it in the WhatsApp, and so it has been sent to my other phone, and let me go ahead and check on that. So I was able to send the attachment to WhatsApp. However, when I opened that on my other phone, so this is what I got: MSMAM, some gibberish here. So all the data was encrypted and I wasn't able to open the attachment. So now I'm not able to send attachment or copy data in WhatsApp. However, now there is a requirement that I want to send data to WhatsApp and treat it as a managed app, wherein I will be able to send and receive data to and from WhatsApp. So from is already working because I allowed data to receive to managed app from all the apps, but send is not working. So how do we do that? So here I'm in my app protection policy and send org data to other apps. Here I will select policy managed app with the OS sharing. So what it allows us to do is allowed us to send the corporate data to both protected apps which we specified in the list, and also allow file transfer to any app which is managed by Intune. So when I say managed by Intune, it means that that app has been installed on the device through company portal. So WhatsApp is already there on my device, but I will create a deployment of WhatsApp from Intune and uh, deploy it as a required app. So that app would be considered as a managed app by Intune, and I would be able to send data to WhatsApp. So let me do that. Let me save this setting first and then deploy WhatsApp to my device from Intune. So here I am under apps and I'm going to add WhatsApp first. I'm going to search it in App Store and then add it and then deploy it to my device. So here is WhatsApp Messenger selected. Next. I will assign it to my user as a required app. Now we will wait on the device to get this app. Here we go. I got the message on my phone that Anubhav in IT would like to take management of the app WhatsApp, which I will click on manage. Now if I go under settings, general, management profile, under apps, I see WhatsApp, Outlook, Word and Authentic. So I see it here, and let us try to send the data to WhatsApp from Outlook and see what happens. Here I am on Outlook, so let me try sending file to WhatsApp and see if it works or not. So interestingly, if you see here, the only two options I see here to send the file are Outlook and WhatsApp, my managed apps. Earlier I was getting other options as well, but now only these two. So this is also good. So let me send this file and see if it opens on my other phone or not. Here is the screenshot from my other phone and I am able to open the file. The content is not encrypted. I could see test is written here. So the text file which I sent had test written in it. So I was able to open that. I was able to send the attachment, but what if I try to paste something? So pasting of data is not allowed, but you can send attachment to other apps. Here is a short summary. So when I had the policy managed app selected, I was able to send data to WhatsApp, and in the sharing options I was seeing other apps as well. But when I opened the file on WhatsApp on other phone, it was all encrypted. When I selected policy managed apps with OS sharing and I deployed WhatsApp to that phone, it was considered to be as a managed app, and I was able to share the file to WhatsApp, and the only option I saw while sharing was Outlook and WhatsApp as the available apps, managed apps. But when I selected policy managed apps, I was getting Gmail and other apps as well there. And once I opened the WhatsApp attachment on my other phone, it wasn't encrypted. Like when I selected policy managed app, at that time it was encrypted. So this is the main difference between policy managed apps and the policy managed app with OS sharing. So once we select policy managed apps, we are only able to send data to the apps which we defined as managed apps. But here we can send data to managed apps as well as the apps which we are deploying through Intune. So they are considered as Intune managed apps. Copy paste of data will still not work. So that is still restricted. The other option we see here is policy managed apps with open-in share filtering. So this allows us to share the data with only policy managed apps, not the Intune managed apps. For example, WhatsApp was an Intune managed app which we deployed in our example. So it won't allow us to do that. And also once we click on share file, it will only give us those policy managed apps as an option to share the file. But here we can share the file with other Intune managed or Intune deployed apps as well. So this policy managed apps with OS sharing is used for MDM enrolled devices, and you can use this one for non-managed or non-MDM enrolled device. Another important point I want to share with you is that whenever you make any change in the MAM policy, it takes a lot of hours for the policy to apply or the applications to recheck that policy. So during this demo, whenever I changed the policy, I uninstalled the app, logged out from my account in that app, and then reinstalled it so that it gets the MAM policy quickly. Otherwise it takes around 8 to 10 hours for the MAM policy to apply. If you want to see when the MAM policy has applied to the app, you can go under apps, go to monitor and app protection status. From here you can download the Excel report, and in that report you can see the app as well and the policy name and when it applied. Here is the Excel file. So let me filter it first of all with the device on which I was testing, which was iPhone. And there are the apps Excel, Edge, Word and Outlook. And I could see here is that Edge, Word and Outlook are getting the iOS managed MAM policy, and they are being considered as installed on a device with enrollment, and the status is compliant and showing the last sync interval. Excel is still not showing as managed because I haven't opened it. So once I open it on the phone, it will apply the policy and it will also show me here as a managed. So this report is also good for troubleshooting purpose. So you can see when was the last time the app synced the policy, whether it's compliant or not, the policy name, managed device, whether it's being considered as an app on managed device or unmanaged device, and also the app name with the phone and the device name. So this was a small demo on how to manage MAM policies on iOS device with enrollment. I hope you like this video, and please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.